Hi, I'm Wayde Kirvida, and behind me is a new pumper we just completed for Forada, Minnesota. This is our full response pumper, as you can see by the crew cab behind the Freightliner. And when these guys set out to design this truck, they had some themes they wanted to accomplish. They wanted ease of accessibility to their equipment and the primary functions of the truck. They also wanted excellent visibility out of the crew cab. Now, the enclosed top mount concept is not for everyone, but it's a very popular design truck for CustomFIRE. This truck features seating for 3 inside the crew cab and then 2 up front in the Freightliner chassis. To achieve their outward visibility, we put windows on all 4 sides of this crew cab. We also raised it 6 inches beyond the height of a normal crew cab so that the windows could be taller. And you'll probably notice that the apparatus body looks a little low. That's because we don't have the traditional hose bed risers or coffin compartments or anything of that nature. And when we're inside this crew cab, the visibility outward is excellent. We have a window over the front chassis cab, windows on each side, and then one to the rear. And you'll notice above me here that the forward window was held low to accommodate a surface mounted Spectra scene light. We also have telescoping scene lights on the front and pedestal lights on the rear of the body. And that was another theme they wanted to accomplish. They're in a very rural area and they wanted excellent lighting on the scene. So safety and functionality was a huge theme in this apparatus. This truck features 1,000 gallons of water and 20 gallons of foam. The fire pump is a 2-stage Waterous CM 1250, and it's driven by a PA chain case. So rather than a split shaft PTO, which requires you to be stationary to pump, this truck offers pump and roll capability, and with a transfer valve, they can get extra pressure at low road speeds. So it's a really great package when they use their booster reel in their rural firefighting applications. All right, in the crew cab here you can see this excellent pump panel. It's really cleanly laid out, very legible, and it features the new innovative controls pistol grip levers, which people really love. This truck is extremely well equipped for rural firefighting. We have pre-primes on all the large diameter intakes. We have the auto air primer, which I've gone through at length in previous videos. And then across the top panel, we have the typical discharge gauges, compound gauges, and the transfer valve control for that 2-stage fire pump. We also have a nice monitor, color monitor here for the rear camera, allowing the operator to watch the folding tank when drafting. And then at the forward portion of the crew cab, we have 3 rear-facing Bostrom Secure L seats, and then a couple upper cabinets outboard, and then that center forward-facing window. And then next to the pump panel, finally, we have a large cabinet with it's hinged so that it's easier to reach from outside the crew cab, and then a huge removable panel on the front of the pump area. So this truck is actually quite easy to work on. We have large removable panels on each side and then one on the front, and then of course you can always service a Waterous pump from underneath. Along with enhanced ergonomics and functionality, they also wanted excellent storage. Now you can accomplish that with full depth, full height compartments, but that comes at the expense of tank capacity, hose bed height, apparatus length, and all sorts of other variables. Typically we have 14 inches upper depth because that's what we need to encompass a roll-up door bundle, and then we can go all the way up to 29 inches deep. This truck we went to 16 inches because with the door closed, that 16 inches still offers ample room to mount K-saws, chainsaws, and typical bulky equipment that might sit on an upper shelf. You'll see that there's still a fair amount of odds and ends sitting in the truck here. We don't install those until the customer receives it. But you'll notice that we have adjustable shelving in all the compartments, pull-out trays in the full height compartments, and something that might catch your eye is that we actually created a pass-through from one side to the other, and they have a single length of hard suction hose which is accessible from either side. So they do have hard hose sliding in the rear, but this is just an extra section, and we're kind of using some dead space, which you'll understand in a minute. In the wheel well, we have a couple triangular shaped compartments. The forward one has no dividers. It will accept the driver's air pack, and then the rear one has dividers to carry 3 SCBA bottles. Now I really like the layout of the back of this truck, and that is because it makes a great use of space. Now you'll notice we don't have the typical roll-up door rear body compartment. That's because we extended the tank all the way the full length of the body. And then we're using kind of that dead space below the tank for a booster reel, and then that pass-through hard suction hose. Now you'll also notice that the hose bed is quite low, and this does carry 1,000 gallons of water and has fairly deep upper side compartments. So it's a real great job of packaging. You know, as I was maneuvering this truck to get the different shots, it occurred to me that this truck is extremely maneuverable. They really always have been, especially with that Freightliner chassis and the extreme cut that you can get with the front wheels. This truck is under 33 feet long, and it is incredibly maneuverable. So I wouldn't rule that out if maneuverability is something you're really after. This is a great package for that. Now moving back to the rear of the truck here. So we have a booster reel with a nozzle in this little cubby compartment. Up here we have storage for the ladders, pike poles, attic ladder, and then a 10-foot hard hose with a pre-attached strainer. So they're going to be able to just pull that thing out, connect it easily, hit the pre-primer, and they'll be in business. You've seen this ladder on just about every truck we've videoed, and there's a reason for that, because it's extremely effective and very safe. And then finally, the last few details I'll point out are the pedestal mounted spectra lights. We plumbed the deluge to the rear body corner. We used to do that a lot, and you know, these guys still like that configuration because of the ease of access from the rear of the truck. And then it doesn't crowd the crew cab, so it improves, you know, exposure to all sides of the truck. And then we have the 6-inch rear intake, a 2.5-inch direct tank fill, and then a 2.5-inch rear discharge. Opposite side of the truck, of course, very much like the driver's side, wheel well compartments, adjustable shelves, roll-out trays on the compartment floors, and then everything else is just typical of a full response pumper. We have the removable speed lays under the rear facing seats. We have some storage compartments under those speed lays, and then the side panels are removable on each side of the truck. Forada didn't have a ton of money to spend on this truck. They were looking for the ultimate in functionality, safety, and effectiveness for the dollar, and that is what's standing behind me. The full response pumper has demonstrated that theme for over 40 years now, and this is the latest example. I'm Wayde Kirvida from CustomFIRE. If you're in the market for a new pumper, rescue, or tender, we'd love to hear from you. Go to CustomFIRE.com or call our toll-free phone number, and please provide some comments below. We'd love to hear what you think when you see these videos. Thanks for watching. So as I was going around this truck, I noticed something that caught my eye. If you're a keen observer, we'd like you to point out an incongruity in some of the equipment on this truck. The first one to post it in the comments will get a t-shirt and a hat from Julie. What? Start again? Yep. All right. So if you're a keen... I just said the wrong pump, it's not. My belly sweat is going to show in 30 seconds. Getting sweatier as we go. This is the sweaty side.